Welcome back, Halloween lovers, and in this tutorial I'll be showing you how I created this Sally inspired sugar skull. Now you're going to see in a second there's two versions because the first version I did, which is this one, I forgot to check the viewfinder and it was blurry during the most important part, so I had to refilm it, and that's the other one. So yeah, let's jump on in. Moisturize and prime per usual, and going in with a black eye pencil, just kind of mapping out where I'm going to go in later with these water activated face paints that I am still obsessed with. Essentials Wool Face and Art Effects Hydro Color Makeup. Yeah, I got it off Amazon, which is where I get most of my stuff, but yeah. The black was in there, this blue was in there, pretty much all the colors that I use are in this palette, but you don't need to use exactly what I'm using. You can use whatever you find at, you know, like a party supply store, costume shop, whatever. Now, I kind of mapped out her face to go along with what her face shape is. It's not quite as round, it's more oval kind of, but yeah, I did what I could here. And I'm going in with some eyeshadows in this portion. Now, whatever blue eyeshadow you happen to have, the ones I'm using I think are from a Kat Von D palette, but you can use whatever you have at home, and that's just for shading. And now the design I did around the eyes on this version of the Sally Sugar Skull is a little bit different than what I did the first time, but you know, you can do whatever you like. That just goes to show that, you know, inspiration comes from all kinds of places, and I made a major mistake, so I kind of made changes and adjustments as it came upon me, really. I had a rough idea, but I just kind of went in how I wanted to, basically, and the finished result was a little bit different than my first one. So my point is, you know, get inspiration where you can, but don't think that you're, you know, tied down to whatever it is that you see. Let it inspire you, and you can come up with something that's more, you know, your own. So I went over these stitches like 3 times. Now to create the moon, I just used a cap of like a liquid liner, like a gel liner, and then filled it in. I did not do this on the first version, and I kind of liked the way it came out. I am not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, so this is supposed to look like the spiral hill from the movie. I'm sure you could probably do a much better job than I did. And now shading with that same blue eyeshadow. Now going in on the chest piece. She's extremely thin, as we all know. I am not, so I'm really using the paint liberally here to create illusions. And I wanted to put a little heart with stitches on it, and later on I have my daughter write in Jack's name for me because I couldn't do it, and the way I did it for pictures the first time, it was backwards because, you know, you turn the camera, but anyway, yeah. So now I'm drawing in some eyelashes, also something I didn't do in the first. I like the way it looked, but in the pictures, I don't know if you can really see the detail, but in person, you could. And now just more squigglies. And I wanted the mouth to really stand out, but I went in with black first. I probably wouldn't do that again, like I said, but I put a first red down, then a second red, a brighter red, and then I actually go over the top of that with the red face paint. So you don't have to do all that craziness. Just go in with the first red that you want. Don't do all the foolishness that I did. Now I painted on like a highlight because I thought it looked cute. I don't know. Here I was trying something. I don't know if I would do it again. I put the little dots for her eyes, and that's the finished look. Now if you notice, I forgot to do her nose in this version, and it's driving me insane. Oh my gosh. This is not a hard look, but it does take time, so I was super bummed that I forgot to do her nose like I did in this first version. As you can see, Jack's name is backwards because I did it that way for pictures. But anyway, yeah, whichever one you get inspiration from is all that matters. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time. Bye.